Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by Lianhe Zobao, the Dutch health minister, Sophie Hermans, confirmed that a child under the age of 12 with an incurable disease underwent euthanasia last year. This marks the first known case since the Netherlands expanded its regulations in 2024. No details regarding the child's age, gender, or specific medical condition were disclosed. The case will be reviewed by prosecutors to ensure the medical team strictly followed all legal guidelines. In 2024, the Netherlands adjusted its euthanasia laws to allow children aged between 1 and 12 who suffer from terminal illnesses with severe and unbearable pain to receive euthanasia under strict conditions. Prior to this expansion, the law only permitted euthanasia for infants under 1 year old and individuals over 12. Under the current legislation, doctors must verify that the decision is voluntary. The suffering is unbearable, with no hope of cure, and no alternative treatment is available. For children under 12, parental consent is mandatory. Doctors who perform euthanasia outside these legal boundaries face up to 12 years in prison. The Netherlands was the first country to legalize euthanasia in 2000. According to a BBC report, tension has escalated between Pakistan and Afghanistan following cross-border military actions. The Afghan Taliban government claimed that Pakistani airstrikes and ground operations in border regions killed at least 36 civilians, including women and children, and injured over 160 others. In contrast, Pakistan's information minister, Atullah Tarar, stated that the military targeted militant hideouts, killing 29 fighters. Pakistan maintained that the strikes were a direct response to a suicide attack the previous day in Karachi, which killed 3 members of Pakistan's Sindh Rangers paramilitary force. The banned militant group Jamaat-ul-Ahrar, a splinter of the Pakistani Taliban, TTP, claimed responsibility for that suicide bombing. Pakistan has long accused Afghanistan of harboring militants who launch cross-border attacks, a charge the Taliban continues to deny. Although both nations agreed to a ceasefire last October after weeks of deadly clashes, the agreement has broken down, leading to intermittent border conflicts and airstrikes that have resulted in numerous casualties in recent months. According to NHK, the Japanese government has formally protested against the China Coast Guard following an incident near Yonaguni Island in Okinawa Prefecture. In June, 2 Chinese Coast Guard vessels entered Japan's exclusive economic zone and asserted that the area falls under Chinese jurisdiction when challenged by the Japan Coast Guard. Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary, Minoru Kihara, addressed the situation during a press conference on June 29. He labeled the Chinese activity as unacceptable and confirmed that Japan has lodged multiple protests through diplomatic channels. Kihara emphasized that the Japanese government remains committed to protecting its territory, territorial waters, and airspace, and will continue to respond to these incursions with a firm and calm resolve to maintain regional stability. Chinese President Xi Jinping met with Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko at the Diaoyutai State Guesthouse in Beijing on June 29, 2026. According to reporting by GG Press, the two leaders held formal discussions to confirm and strengthen the cooperative relationship between their nations. As a long-standing friend of China and a military ally of Russia, Belarus continues to maintain close diplomatic ties with Beijing. During the meeting, President Xi expressed China's readiness to provide ongoing support for the socio-economic development of Belarus. President Lukashenko reciprocated the sentiment, stating his anticipation for further advancement in bilateral relations. This meeting follows Lukashenko's previous visit to Beijing last year, where he attended the military parade commemorating the 80th anniversary of the victory against Japan in the Second World War. According to GG Press, the Japanese government plans to revise its national Arctic policy in fiscal 2027, which begins in April of that year. The decision comes in response to the growing geopolitical and economic significance of the Arctic region. Speaking at a meeting of the government's headquarters for ocean policy in Tokyo on Monday, Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi emphasized that the strategic importance of the Arctic is rising, driven by increasing geopolitical concerns, potential natural resources, and the opening of new shipping waterways. To address these developments, Prime Minister Takaichi instructed Jiro Akama, the Minister of State for Ocean Policy, to prepare the policy revision. The Prime Minister stressed the need to promote robust international cooperation on Arctic issues as Japan adapts its strategic approach to the region. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.